Well, look at what she's done and how she's led her life. And the way she's done it, these bold things, always with civility and kindness. She's a unifier. You know, we have big problems in the world, and the way to get big problems done is you have to work together. We have too many examples in the world of conflict and people using.
He was supposed to be one of the world's most methodical businessmen. But when it came to love, Jeff Bezos threw away the playbook and risked everything for a relationship built on quicksand. The shocking truth behind the world's richest romance is about to unravel before your eyes. You deserve to know what really happened. I'm working hard to build this channel, and I'd truly love your help. Why not hit subscribe and be part of this journey? January 2019. While most of America was settling into a new year, the world's richest man was watching his most intimate secrets splash across tabloid headlines. The National Enquirer had obtained dozens of private text messages between Jeff Bezos and former news anchor Lauren Sanchez. Messages that painted a picture of passionate infatuation and potentially infidelity. "I love you, alive girl. I will show you with my body and my lips and my eyes very soon," read one of the leaked messages from Bezos to Sanchez. The texts were allegedly sent in May 2018, months before either had publicly announced separations from their spouses. The bitter scent of scandal instantly clung to their relationship. Sources whispered that the pair had first connected at a 2016 party hosted by none other than Lauren's then-husband, Hollywood agent Patrick Whitesell. While insiders rushed to clarify that romantic involvement only began after separations, relationship expert Susan Winter warned of deeper issues. When both partners have cheated on former spouses, repeating that behavior becomes significantly easier. Once a cheater, always a cheater. The foundation seemed shaky from the start. Two powerful personalities, both exiting marriages, both carrying baggage, and now thrust into the unforgiving spotlight. The question wasn't just whether they could survive the scandal, but whether either could truly trust the other when distance and temptation inevitably arose.
And I find that there are a lot of things that are protective of the day one mentality. I already spent some time on one of them, which is customer obsession. I think that's the most important thing. If you can, and it gets harder as you get bigger. When you're at little tiny companies, say you're a 10 person.
But the scandalous beginning was merely the first chapter in a relationship that would be defined by controversy, family betrayal, and lingering questions about commitment. Before Bezos, Lauren Sanchez had developed a concerning pattern with relationships, a trail of broken engagements that raised eyebrows among those watching her latest romance unfold. Her first engagement came early in her career while working as a television intern to the late sports broadcaster Rory Marcus. The relationship dissolved when Sanchez left the station, setting a precedent for career ambitions trumping romantic commitments. The smell of fresh opportunity seemed to consistently overpower the comfort of stability. By 1996, Sanchez had moved on to Denver Broncos player Anthony Miller. According to Miller, the proposal came only after relentless insistence from Sanchez. "I only popped the question because I couldn't bear to hear about it anymore," Miller later told reporters. Their engagement crumbled in 1999 amid mutual accusations of infidelity, with Miller notably claiming Sanchez never returned his ring. The pattern continued when Sanchez reportedly became engaged to actor Henry Simmons. They had moved in together and seemed committed, until Sanchez struck up a new romance with her future husband, Patrick Whitesell, while still engaged to Simmons. The cold, hard truth was inescapable. Lauren Sanchez had yet to make it down the aisle from an engagement that wasn't with the father of her first child. For a man as calculating as Bezos, these red flags should have been impossible to ignore. Yet somehow, the billionaire seemed to believe their story would end differently. But the question lingered in everyone's mind. Was Jeff Bezos just the next name in a pattern that seemed destined to repeat itself? December 2023. Lauren Sanchez sits for a Vogue interview, confessing she has no real idea what her wedding would look like because she and Bezos have next to nothing figured out. The admission came months after Bezos proposed aboard his yacht, with a ring estimated at $2.5 million. The engagement had already lasted longer than many expected. According to Lauren's brother Michael, the couple had initially planned to marry quickly to make their relationship seem like less of a scandal. That rapid timeline never materialized, and, years later, they remained in relationship limbo. You could feel the stark contrast in their approaches. In a November 2024 appearance on The Today Show, Lauren enthusiastically shared, "I do have a Pinterest. I'm just like every other bride," revealing her excitement about planning the ceremony. The warm glow of anticipation radiated from her as she discussed dresses and details. Meanwhile, Bezos remained notably silent about wedding plans, except when shutting down rumors.
Who's a badass, Jeff Bezos.
How
Got a
so?
divorce, made his ex $36 billion. Right after that, doubles or triples his overall wealth. So he got out right before making her twice the richest woman of all time. So she got 36 billion or whatever instead of 72, which she would have gotten a year later.
When speculation arose about a potential Aspen ceremony, Bezos bluntly posted on social media, "This whole thing is completely false. None of this is happening." The metallic coldness of his denial left no room for nuance, no hint of when or where they might actually wed. Relationship expert Susan Winter suggests the delay may be revealing. The honeymoon phase is filled with courtship, passion, and heightened emotions, but this phase is fairly short-lived. After about 3 months to a year of bliss, couples often settle into a mundane routine that dulls their spark. Was their prolonged engagement a sign that the passion had faded? Or was something more troubling keeping them from the altar? Still here? That means this story matters to you, too. If you haven't yet, please tap subscribe. It would mean the world to me as we uncover even more. The cracking sound of family bonds breaking echoed through the Bezos-Sanchez scandal. When shocking allegations emerged, Lauren's own brother, Michael Sanchez, had reportedly betrayed her in the most public way possible. In February 2019, insiders at the National Enquirer's then-parent company, AMI, informed the Daily Beast that Michael was the source who leaked Lauren and Bezos' scandalous texts. According to the Wall Street Journal, Michael received a staggering $200,000 paycheck for selling out his sister's most intimate communications. When confronted by Vanity Fair about his role in the scandal, Michael offered a cryptic non-denial. "I'm not saying I didn't do something." He insisted his actions were meant to protect the couple, though the logic behind that claim remained elusive as a desert mirage. The family rupture deepened when Michael later claimed that Lauren and Bezos only announced their engagement to divert attention from his defamation lawsuit against the billionaire. Court filings revealed Michael's allegations that Bezos had falsely accused him of leaking nude photos to the press. Did this family drama become a red flag for Bezos? Relationship expert Winter notes, "Divorce inevitably forces people to choose sides. Loyalties shift, and those you expected to stand by you, even with your new partner, may disappoint you." For a methodical businessman like Bezos, the prospect of marrying into a family where his future brother-in-law had already demonstrated a willingness to exploit their relationship for profit must have triggered serious doubts. Perhaps the shadow of betrayal loomed too large over their future. But while the couple navigated family dysfunction behind the scenes, their public appearances would soon reveal even more troubling signs about the state of their relationship. January 2025. The grandiose scene of President Trump's inauguration should have been the perfect backdrop for Jeff and Lauren to showcase their power couple status. Instead, it became a revealing stage for their relationship's underlying tensions. Body language expert Judy James noted to the Daily Mail that throughout the ceremony, Bezos appeared strikingly disconnected from Sanchez. She stood on the balcony looking ahead, while all around her engaged in excited chats, James observed. The physical distance between them seemed to mirror an emotional chasm growing wider by the minute. At one point, Lauren reached toward Jeff, seemingly trying to capture his attention. His response was telling. He turned briefly, realized she was merely pointing out the ceiling architecture, then immediately pivoted away to engage with someone else. The dismissive gesture hung in the air between them like a cold vapor. Psychologist Mark Travers has warned that such behavior, ignoring a partner's attempts to connect, can breed feelings of distance and disconnect in relationships. The hollow echo of rejection reverberated through their interaction, visible to anyone watching closely enough. Lauren's outfit choice that day sparked another controversy. Her Alexander McQueen ensemble revealed a lacy bra, drawing criticism from social media users and celebrities like comedian Whitney Cummings, who quipped, "I don't blame her. I blame white lace. White lace always looks cheap." Did you know? Studies show that couples who maintain physical connection during public events, through subtle touches or attentive glances, report 40% higher relationship satisfaction than those who remain disconnected in social settings. The most telling aspect wasn't the public criticism of Lauren's attire, but rather Jeff's response: complete silence. While figures like Bethany Frankel and Australian TV personality Erin Mullen publicly defended Sanchez, Bezos offered no support whatsoever. His silence spoke volumes about where their relationship truly stood. February 2025. Lauren Sanchez's Instagram displayed a cryptic message that sent relationship analysts into overdrive. Some years start with turbulence, but that's just the wind reminding you to spread your wings. The post appeared against a backdrop of mounting tensions. Was it a coded message about her relationship with Bezos? A subtle hint about her feelings on the inauguration backlash? Or perhaps something more? A woman contemplating flight from a relationship that had failed to deliver on its promises? Their social media presence told a story of imbalance. Bezos's Instagram feed revealed as many posts about vintage computers and aerospace ventures as it did about Lauren. For a couple supposedly planning a wedding, the digital evidence of their connection seemed surprisingly sparse, like footprints being washed away by the tide. Lauren's Valentine's Day message to Jeff raised even more eyebrows, lukewarm and perfunctory compared to the gushing tributes of previous years. The cooling temperature of her public affection was impossible to ignore. Meanwhile, sources close to the couple painted a complex picture of their dynamic. Bezos likes it when Sanchez receives attention from onlookers, one insider told the U.S. Sun. He loves going out with her looking smoking hot. He loves the looks other men give Lauren. It makes him feel powerful that she chose him. Psychologist Dr. Elisha Purser cautions that such dynamics can be problematic. Focusing heavily on physical appearance or body parts is a classic sign of objectification. That is not part of a healthy relationship, and certainly not one meant to last. As Lauren and Jeff approach what should be the most significant commitment of their relationship, the evidence suggests they're drifting further apart. With billions of dollars at stake, reputations hanging in the balance, and a history of dysfunction following them like a shadow, the future of this high-profile couple hangs in serious doubt. Will they ever make it to the altar? The evidence suggests we shouldn't hold our breath. For a couple that began with passionate secret texts and grand romantic gestures, Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez now appear trapped in a relationship limbo of their own making. Their story reveals an uncomfortable truth, that even unlimited wealth and power cannot overcome the fundamental issues of trust, family dysfunction, and incompatible expectations. Perhaps the real question isn't when they'll get married, but whether they should.